I used to trade meme coins all the time, but I got fed up of making meager profits and having all those fees take the rest away. I found a simple method that allowed me online to dev coins without any coding experience. If you follow this video, I'm going to show you the simple steps that allowed me to have over $750,000 inside my Phantom wallet. Follow this video and find out how it's done.
Yo, you crazy, man.
This video is for educational purposes only. I am not a financial advisor. Your capital is still at risk. I'm just here to explain how the process works. Okay, here we are, ladies and gents. We are at the live demonstration part of this video. First things first is I'm going to show you kind of some of the results of what can happen if you are a dev of a coin. So looking at this chart here, you can see we've got this immense sort of spike. But early on, there's not really a great deal going on, in the story of this coin here. Over the first 8 hours, you can see this massive kick up here, followed by a huge decrease. Now what this probably is the dev pulling a load of liquidity from the coin. Okay, and now this is what happens, and this is a method that we are going to use. We are going to create our own coin and pull the liquidity from it. That is the rug pull. Okay, I bet let's have a look at the top trader on here, and I'll guarantee they're going to have there you go. So yeah, you've got this big immediate transaction. So what that is them pulling the rug from their own coin, and that's how they make so much money in one transaction. Look, it's immediate, and then there's not many further transactions after that. So you can see how this method can really very quickly give you a load of money. So we're going to use createcoin.fun. That is the platform that we are going to use to create our own coin. And the best part, there is no coding required. You do not need to have any experience. You don't need to go clackety clack on your keyboard. You just need a bit of Solana and the ability to click buttons, which I think everybody has. So that's what we're going to use, createcoin.fun, to launch our own coins. Okay, that's going to be the best platform to use this method on. There's other platforms available, but this one is the best. Okay, now let's take a quick look at markets, because one of the things is most of the coin makers will use the pump market. Okay, now the problem with the pump market is there's tons of fees, the market caps are restricted, and as you can see, most of them don't get very far. Okay, they get into a couple of maybe 10k, or they breach 2k, things like that. And this is because there's just so many shit coins on this market. Every time you launch, you have got about 10,000 other coins that are launching with you, and you're just going to get drowned out in all the noise. So what we're going to do instead is, when we use createcoin.fun, that takes advantage of a different market, not pump. So let's switch to dynamic on Axiom, and we can have a look at the Matora market. Now the Matora market, as you can see, the caps are way higher. So you can see here some coins are in the billions, several in the millions, most are in the tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands. So back to CreateCoin. Now as you can see, I've got about just over $100 in my Phantom wallet here, so we are going to connect that Phantom wallet up. So you got to click connect wallet. If it's already on your browser, it will detect it. Simply click Phantom and you're good to go. Now when you normally use this website, what you would do is you would create your own coin, you'd give it your own name, you'd give it your own symbol, you'd give it an image, you'd base it on a tweet from Musk or Trump or something, whatever, and then you would just go along with it like that. Now that, to be honest, is kind of the hard way of doing things, and we are not interested in doing things the hard way. Okay, we are interested in doing things the smart way. Now createcoin.fun has a tool that we can use instead of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to click copy trending. Now this is a tool that scans the pump market and finds the coins that have trended or are trending currently, right? So trended recently or are currently trending. So these coins already have a ton of hype around them, so we don't need to worry about marketing or anything like that. We can just position ourselves to take full advantage of the work of other people. That is working smart. You've got names, you've got market caps, you've got when they were last paired. You can use this information to find which of these coins to copy over works best for you. To be honest, they're all good choices. It really doesn't matter in terms of using this method, because we're not going to run the coins for very long. So it doesn't really matter what you choose, to be honest. You'll make roughly around the same amount, give or take a few $100. So we're going to copy the banana cat coin. Now what will happen is you will get, instead of confirm transaction, you will get the request blocked sort of box come up. So you need to make sure you click proceed, confirm, tick the box, and click confirm anyway. This is a standard part of the process. I have to do this every time, so you'll have to do this as well. So do not worry, just click through that and then your coin will be created. Okay, so there we go. We've got a token created. Now what we need to do is give it a liquidity pool. Okay, so what that is taking some of our soul and putting it behind the coin to give it some initial investment and get it on the market. So what we need to do is take our coin and put a little bit of soul in, and then we can kickstart our journey. Okay, so there's a bunch of information on here. The only thing you need to worry about is the amount of Sol. So you've got like the name and you've got the amount of tokens and things like that. You don't have to worry about any of those. So what we're going to do is we are going to pop in about 0.2 Sol into the coin. I've ran this a few times with different amounts and I find that 0.2 seems to work the most consistently for me. So the first time you try this, I would recommend doing 0.2 Sol in the coin. Okay, that's what I would recommend. You can try more, you can try less. Results will vary, but that's what I do and that's what works for me. So we're going to do that. All right, so we've put our Sol into the coin and now you can see here our coin is live. Okay, so we've got a bit of information here and you've got the pool, you've got the amount of Sol, you've got the tokens, and you've got the value. Now remember the value because that is going to shoot up. We're at $15 currently. Hit the lightning bolt button. This is the secret weapon that makes this work properly. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to boost our token on Dex Screener's trending list for up to an hour. So this will maximize our visibility. This will mean that all those bots and all those trend chasers are going to see us and they are going to clicky and buy our coin, and that's exactly what we want them to do. Okay, so it's going to boost for an hour, cost 0.25 Sol, but we will make that money back and then some. So let's go ahead and hit the boost. There we are, and then we're going to hit confirm, and then we are good to go. So now we're going to take a look on Dex Screener and see how this coin performs. There we go, boosted immediately. So we've got a big kick up right from the start. Our market cap is nearly at 2k already. That is really impressive. Liquidity has just bumped to 3.1k. Really impressive stuff. There's going to be some fluctuation, of course. That is just the, you know, the name of the game, but things will peter out and we will have a decent amount of liquidity in the coin soon enough. So what I do every time I make one of these videos is I obviously make money from doing this method, otherwise I wouldn't show it to you. So if you want to be put into the prize draw for that, you need to like, subscribe, and leave a comment, and I will put you forward to win potentially half of what I make this video. So this coin is looking really good. So now we're going to go back to createcoin.fun. We're going to hit refresh on our coin information, and remember the $15 from earlier? Let's see what that has jumped up to now. And again, we haven't run this coin for very long, so let's see how much money we have made in not very much time. Let's have a look. We're up to $919, guys. Nearly $1,000 from $15 to $1,000. That is a crazy profit margin. We are going to pull 100% of that liquidity. We are going to confirm that, and all that money, all that liquidity, all that Sol is going to go straight into our Phantom wallet. Let's have a look. So we've gone from 118 to $919, guys. Not many people are on this method at the moment, but that will soon change. You've got to get on this train.